Hey everyone, really quick, before this video starts, I want you all to go to the TikTok linked below, which is my TikTok, and we're going to reclaim the hashtag #LastDayOnEarth hashtags, because they've been stolen, and as LDUE players, that's not okay. Anywho, onto the video. Welcome back, everybody, to a officially Season 19 video. Yes, that is right. After months and months of waiting, I can actually say that for once, Season 19 is officially out. And, well, I'll just say, there's a lot to break down in this video. It's a lot, but it's also temporary, but it's also very interesting for the time being. So I suppose let's get into all of that. As always, we're going to do this breakdown top 10 emergency awesome style, because it usually works the best. Anywho, as always, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, join my Discord, follow my Twitter, you know the drill, let's get into it. We have the Season Pass. Now, the Season Pass, pay no attention to the giant tab over that says calendar, we'll get to that in a second. But the Season Pass, as always, it seems to be just your cliche Season Pass. Nothing gigantic about it, I'm gonna quickly breeze through it. There's a couple of skins in there, a couple of interesting things. Ending Pass rewards are decent, but that's not really where the season rare rewards are at for once. The rare rewards are coming from the season, not necessarily the Season Pass this time. So, I suppose, let's get into that with the second point. Number 2, the events calendar. So, you might notice a giant calendar showcasing the events. The events calendar is meant to help you keep track of activities and events that are waiting for you all in one place. So essentially you can think of it like whatever event is currently happening in terms of the game, then it'll be located in the events calendar. Kind of think of it like the Garden Warfare 2 calendar, if any of you have played that. If you go over to the top section and click on the rewards tab, it will take you to a tab with one pack. I'll do a full video on opening a bunch of these later on in the future, but basically with this pack, you can get a bunch of possible different rewards for rare items. Think of it like a pack with a bunch of just rare stuff in general. A pack with a bunch of items in the store. There's PD cards, there are spare parts, there are, in general, decent items. It says, each crate contains one random item of 3. Each 5th crate contains an item that is not lower than a very rare quality. It is guaranteed that the 30th crate contains a skin. The chances of an item depend on the rarity, and then they have a bunch of options. So this pack is extremely, extremely good in terms of just getting stuff in general. There's steel, you can get titanium. Last up of these events, we have sort of the weekend events. Now, the weekend events can come in multiple different forms. It'll be like, clear this zone. Usually it'll be a difficult zone. And it'll only be for, like, the weekend. It's LDUE's way of trying to get you to play a little more often on those days. And, I mean, I guess, I get it. It's like a weekend event. Weekend portal kind of things. I think of GW2 so much with this event calendar. But it'll be a way for you to earn points on the event calendar. And I guess season points while the season is technically active. Jumping back to the Chinese New Year event. We have the Hidden Garden and Silent Abode. Yes, both of these events are back. However, they're a little different than before. Let's start out with the Hidden Garden. The Mulan event is still pretty much the same. You have Mulan on the side where if you go to activate that challenge, essentially just stand in the circle and click auto or just hold down your gun. Your character will kill stuff faster than Mulan can even get to it. So you don't even have to worry about that. However, you do need to kill a specific type of zombie, so it will take slightly longer than it usually does. But, I mean, you're still getting all of the kills, so it just takes a little bit longer. Then you get your reward from the chest. Then, you have the Lonely Elder on the other side of the area. You have your tasks from him, like feed the horse, feed the fish, or something like that. What you can also do is grow rice from those old garden beds, and then cook the rice to get rice bowls, and then give the rice bowls on over to the Nion offering over on the right-ish side of the map. What it'll do is it'll summon Nion, and you can then start to collect stuff. Every tier you go fight with Nion, you'll be able to unlock specific set rewards within the event's calendar shop, and I mean, that's a nice tie-in. I believe there's 7, and the ending one has a limited time offer skin thing. Now, the Silent Abode event is quite different than it was before. The layout is still pretty much the same. You still go through that windy path, and then you end up there. But it does introduce some slightly interesting mechanics. So you have roof climbing and roof jumping off of. If you see the little gear icon on your minimap, click that, and then you'll be able to climb up on the roof. What you'll then be able to do is walk across these like balance beams, so to speak, and then you'll be able to get to different areas that you weren't able to access previously. The tasks here include something like burn bushes or kill zombies, stuff like that. And then in order to get off the roof, you can jump off through the hay bales, and essentially it's like you're landing in the hay. Now, I mean, I get it. This is a very cool mechanic. It looks a little weird having your character stand up so openly on the roof and run across the balance beams, but my only real nitpick there is I just want to jump off the roof sometimes to get to some areas. It's so annoying having to run that extra distance. I just wish my character could, like, do a pull-up down and then get off the roof that way. I mean, he's so tall compared to the roof. I would think that this character would be able to at least climb down safely without needing the hay bales. But that's just a realism thingy and a very minor nitpick. I think this mechanic is pretty cool. I hope it's used for more stuff in the future, and I hope that Last Day on Earth continues to use some of that. I did want to say that LDUE does an interesting job with the permanent contents. Obviously, the events calendar would seem weird if it was temporary. I'm going to assume that that's going to be a permanent fixture in the game. Now, I truly hope, this is not very realistic, but I truly hope that Last Day on Earth starts listing when they're going to start and end seasons here. Now, obviously, end is easier, but start. I would love to know when seasons are starting, YouTube-wise, creator-wise, and just as a player, I would want to know that kind of thing. I don't think they'll do that, but I genuinely hope that if this calendar is here to stay, which it seems like it's, that they decide to put starter seasons there, because that would just be huge for LDUE. Is it realistic, though, with the LDUE realism filter? Yes, I brought that back even in this video. Probably not. And then these events, and events like weekend events or something like that, I'm assuming that's going to stay. But the Chinese New Year stuff, I'm assuming, is also going to disappear. Holiday stuff, it doesn't make sense to be doing when the holiday is not around. Anywho, those are my rough thoughts. I'll get my honest thoughts in an actual video or something like that. But this is just a really rough, what you need to know about if you just want a brief overview of the updates. Subscribe, ZD out. I'll do more videos, obviously.